Hey guys, May here. Today we're gonna set up the month of January in my brand new bullet journal. It's a Leuchtturm 1917 again, black hardcover, dot grid. Yeah, exactly the same as I had before. I love those the best. So first I'm gonna show you what I already set up in my bullet journal for the month of for the year of 2018. I did some general overview pages already. So here, of course, my index, nothing special, and then here my year at a glance. I'm super proud of how I did that because I only wrote the wrong numbers in like one time up here, and last year was like a disaster. I wrote almost every month was wrong somewhere. So I'm super proud of how that turned out. And I did those with my new traveler set of aquarelle paint set. I don't know, I just have to look. Yeah, these ones are Newton paints. Right, you'll see I've become much more comfortable in setting up my bullet journal with watercolor. And it's super fun to do that. I don't know why I never did that before. I mean, I started to in the last few months, but I never really did it. And yeah, and the heading, as you can see, is with my brand new Fudenosuke, something like that. Don't know how to pronounce it, but nobody does, so yeah. I'm growing used to that one as well. Yeah, I need a much more practice, but I'll get used to it. And then my next page is my 12 months of art overview page. So what that is, I explained in the last video. Go check that out if you haven't already seen it. And this is just an overview, what it is, why I want to do it, and possible themes or categories I could create too. And on the left side, I wanted to do something in the color scheme. And first I wanted to do a flower, but then I kind of stumbled across Disney, and I really love drawing Disney princesses. It's just so simple, and I don't know, they look great, don't they? And then I added a few splatters here, because, I don't know, I like watercolor. Yeah, and this down here is my log, like, in which month I do what category. Yeah. And then the last spread for this year is my birthday spread. It's over 2 pages. And I kind of went wild with the splatters there, but it was fun. And you know, I did the one page first and then did the other one, and then the first page had less splatters than that one, so I kept adding splatters until that, well, looked like this. And up there is the saying happy birthday, or can you say saying? I don't know. Is happy birthday in 15 different languages. So see if you can spot yours. Yeah, I got like German, Bemba, Italian, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Dutch, and all sorts of languages, but only from the Latin alphabet, so yeah, I didn't quite want to do Chinese or something. It could have been fun, but nah. And as you can see, I added these little washi tape stickers here, so I can find these pages easily because I want to keep on referring to them as I go on. Yeah, so let's move on to January. For the cover page, I took the same idea as in November and December. I painted a little drawing of this snowy, wintry scene on an extra piece of paper and just glued it into the bullet journal. If you want to see the painting process, you can just have a look at my last video. This time I tried double-sided tape instead of glue, and it worked out much better than expected, even though I had trouble figuring it out at first. So I decided to go with this kind of creative, messy, splattery look with just one accent color of blue. For the headings, I first sketched them out lightly with a pencil, and traced them after applying the watercolor, though that didn't always quite work out, as you will see later in the video on the next page. Yeah, but this page is my overview for January. I wanted to try out this system of writing the calendar dates in the middle of the page to sort of divide it into two sections, and I thought I'd use the left side for personal appointments and the section on the right for anything to do with school, like exam dates and fun stuff. Yeah, and the right-hand page is for planning in advance. There's two small sections for February and March, and one for even further events. The next page is my master plan spread. I have the idea from Shelby over at Little Coffee Fox. She's an amazing artist and bullet journalist, and she has a really great website or blog and a YouTube channel as well. So I'm gonna put a link to that in the description down below, so you can definitely go check it out. So the master plan is basically this idea that you set goals for the month. I personally divided them into sections, like one section for personal goals, one for art goals, and one for school, whereas my school goals only consist of getting through exams, so yeah. And then on the right hand page you can divide it into 4 sections for each month of the week, for each week of the month. So there you can just plan out more detailed steps on how to achieve these goals. For example, if your goal is to practice violin 3 times a week, you can just say for week 1 you want to practice it on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And if that doesn't work out, you'll just set different dates in week 2. Or if you want to study for different exams, you can also plan that out in that section. So this is also the page I mentioned where I messed up the heading a bit. Master plan is supposed to be 2 separate words, but I was so caught up in the lettering and I didn't notice the faint pencil marks, so yeah, there it is. Just a really minor mistake, really, but these kind of things can be quite annoying. At the end, more splatters, but I'm also thinking about adding a few doodles or a little painting so the page doesn't look so empty. What do you think? Let me know. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry for the changing light in this video. It was kind of difficult to shoot it with the weather we're having here. It's always cloudy and it gets dark really early, like 4 o'clock or something. It's too dark to film already, so I'm having quite some problems. But I managed, somehow. Just poorer quality, but I guess you'll survive that. So the next page, after a long time of not using it, I decided to include the habit tracker in my monthly spreads again. It's also meant as a kind of addition to the master plan, just so I can keep track of how things are going. Just a normal layout with things like sleeping at least 8.5 hours, studying, creating art, practicing the violin, etc. And underneath that I have my sleeping log, or rather 2 sleeping logs. The smaller one on the top is meant for the amount of hours I sleep, and the one down below is for tracking more precisely when I go to bed and when I wake up. This is also meant as a help. One of my goals is to establish a better sleeping routine, so yeah, I hope that'll work. So after this spread, there's only my what happened page left. I'm kind of hoping to let that become part of my evening routine. The last month I was always lagging behind and eventually gave up on it, but it really is nice to have a written account of what happened when looking back in time, so I want to keep on doing it. Yeah, and now we're almost at the end of this video. Please let me know in the comments what you thought about it. I tried a new way of doing it with more talking and explaining and narrating and more freely. I hope that was okay with my English because I'm not really, well, I'm not perfect in English. I'm hoping to get better, but yeah, just let me know what you think about it in the comments down below. And if you liked it, don't forget to, if you liked it, don't forget to like it. If you liked it, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon. Bye.